positively to the Bullarto station. It's lovely to see everyone here. My name is Bruce Lucas. I'm Director of Infrastructure and Delivery at Hepburn Shire Council, and unfortunately our CEO has an apology for today and he's asked me to step in and say a few words on his behalf. So before I kick off, I'll just do a welcome to country, if that's okay. And that is that the Hepburn Shire Council acknowledges the Judja Wurrung as the traditional owners of the lands and waters we live and work on. On these lands, Jara has performed age-old ceremonies of celebration, initiation and renewal. We recognise their resilience through dispossession, and it's a testament to their continuing culture and tradition, which is strong and thriving. We also acknowledge the traditional owners of the Wurundjeri to our southeast and the Wadawurrung to our southwest, and we pay our respects to all Aboriginal peoples, their culture and law. We acknowledge their living culture and the unique role they play in the life of this region. Welcome to Bullarto. Thanks everybody for coming out. Unfortunately, I wasn't on the train, and for those that were, I'm told I missed all the fun. So maybe I need to catch the train back again. As I said, a couple of apologies just to kick off. So firstly, CEO Bradley Thomas, there's an apology. I've also had apologies from Councillor Leslie Hewitt and Councillor Juliet Simpson. And I wanted to acknowledge the Mayor and Councillor Bray, who are in attendance today, and Mary Ann Thomas, MP, for attending also. I might just hand straight over to Mary Ann Thomas to say a few words.
Absolutely, love to. Thanks so much, Bruce. Thank you. Bruce, can I join you in acknowledging the Judja Wurrung as the traditional owners of the land on which we're gathered, and like you, I join in paying respects to elders past and present. And I want to acknowledge any Aboriginal or Torres Strait Islander people who are here with us today. Now, today has been made possible as a consequence of a grant made by the state government, but more importantly than that, it's been made possible through the hard work, commitment and absolute unrelenting passion of everyone associated with the Spa Country Railway. So come on, all of you, come on, up. Excuse me. No hiding. No hiding. Steve, what are you doing? Gather round. Close, so you're all in the pictures. Like, seriously.
I could get it on this too.
Everyone come on in.
Daddy Dave. Didn't know so many of them were...
Squeeze them up. Come on. Yeah, I'm going to... Come on, squeeze up, squeezing up. It's so wonderful to be here with each and every one of you today. I've had the pleasure of working with this team of fine volunteers now for more than 10 years. And I can tell you they are amongst some of my most frequent correspondents because there's always a great idea brewing about how to expand the experience for this absolutely iconic tourist attraction here in the Daylesford Macedon region. Can I also, having got them all up here with me now, can I also acknowledge Councillor Brian Hood as the Mayor of Hepburn Shire Council, Councillor Jen Brace here with us as well, Steve Rowe from Daylesford Macedon Tourism, and of course representatives from Regional Development Victoria, and again, very, very importantly, the people of Bullarto and surrounding communities. Thank you so much for coming out here for this really wonderful and significant occasion. So I was reflecting to Ian before that I first stood on this platform more than 10 years ago now, when Jeff Howard was the Member of Parliament representing this region. And we opened this little structure next door. We unfurled the sign, the beautiful Bullarto station, and I heard on that day that there indeed was a bigger vision. There was more to be done. But during that time, I'm very happy that in fact there has been a range of projects that have served to continually upgrade the facilities both at Daylesford, here at Bullarto, to ensure, as I said, this fantastic tourist experience. And we know that it's experiences that drive visitors to our region. In that time, we've been able to create another stop on the rail from Daylesford to Bullarto, and that, of course, is at Passing Clouds. So what an incredible experience, being able to stop off and enjoy a meal and some wine as well. But I know this is a passion project for these men that stand behind me, who wanted to see the recreation of the station buildings here at Bullarto. And with funding of some $500,000 from the state government, that vision has been able to be realised. And I have come to expect nothing but the best when it comes to the work that the volunteers of the Spa Country Railway do, and you'll see this in all the attention to detail. I'm particularly pleased that there is a separate ladies' weight room, because apparently there were some very rough, vulgar men around this part of the world way back, and the women of the region like to be separated from them. So the ladies' waiting room is there, in complete with a fireplace, because we know Bullarto now, I got in trouble once when I said that it was one of the highest stations, because Wood End is higher. No. Bullarto is highest.
Correct.
So it's second only to Cudgewell.
Shelley.
On the Cudgewell line, so I was
Very close.
So the fireplaces, of course, I don't know that we'll be lighting fires in this day and age here, but nonetheless the fireplaces are here. So this is a labour of love, but what an extraordinary outcome. Everyone should be so thankful and grateful to you all. Now, I mean, I'm making it sound as like it's really hard work, and they do work hard, but you know what? They love it as well. Yeah. And so really there's nothing more for me to say other than to say thank you. We stand as representatives of the community, as community members, and thank you for bringing to life this replica now of the Bullarto station, continuing to enhance our reputation as a shire, as a region that is leading in world-class tourism experiences, creating opportunities for visitors, not just from Victoria or Australia, but indeed from around the world, to come and experience all that this beautiful region has to offer, from vintage rail to our mineral springs, of course, incredible fine dining and wine experiences. And as I said, on this railway journey you can have all of that and more. So it's just a great honour to be being invited here today, representing the Minister for Regional Development, Gail Tierney, in doing so. Of course, I was the Minister for Regional Development when we announced the money, so I do feel quite excited and feel very much part of it today. So congratulations and well done, everyone.
Thank you, Marianne, for those words, and I can also attest to the passion of this group of people.
Yes, advocates, great advocates.
Every single day of the work that's being delivered. Thank you for those words, Marianne, and I might invite Mayor Hood to say a few words.
Thanks, Bruce. Well, it really is a pleasure to be here today in sunny Bullarto. And Marianne, thank you very much for your kind words. At council, we always like a ribbon cutting. We always like to finish a project, and this is another one. And quite frankly, council could not possibly take on projects like this without the support of the state government. I also acknowledge the presence today of Sarah Henderson in the background there from Regional Development Victoria, thank you to both of you for sponsoring this project and funding it. It's a great asset, as we can all see. It's going to be great for locals and visitors alike. It's great. It'll be great for tourism and visitation. But it's also significant that it's preserving history. And the rail was so important in this area with the forestry and gold mining and spud farming. So it's a wonderful initiative. I'll also pay tribute to the energy and enthusiasm of Steve and your team. This is just a wonderful asset. I also notice Sandra here today and some of the members of the Bullarto Hall Committee and other locals. Thanks for being here, guys. I'm sure you'll be very proud of this asset. And I acknowledge my colleagues and Bruce from Council, who with his infrastructure team is responsible for projects like this and getting things done. And yeah, they do a great job, so I appreciate what the council staff have done as well. Now, don't hit me, Marianne, but I will make the observation. Here he goes, you see.
Yeah. Sarah and I are going to duck and cover.
For those of us that aim high, have aspirations, look big picture to the future and all that blue sky out there, we can imagine the next stop being Lionville and then the next stop being Trenton and the train. All the way through, it'll be Hepburnshire's equivalent of Puffing Billy. Just think of the visitation and the economic benefit and what it'll do to the locals. So as a Trentonite, I have to put in that free plug that one day we'll be all the way down there, won't we? So, no, look...
it's always good to have an aspiration and a big idea. No, absolutely. We need to have big... So, yes, let's keep talking about the big ideas.
I will keep talking. Look, well done, everybody. Congratulations.
Yeah.
This is yet another great milestone. Well done, guys.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mayor Ford. And I'm also going to ask Ian to say a few words on behalf of Spa Country Rail.
Okay, thank you. Like everyone else, as everyone said, I'd just like to thank everyone for coming today and for being here. A special big thanks out to everyone who's made this possible. Marianne has said that, 10 years ago we stood here. I stood here about 40 years ago. The same thing. Would there be a station building? And there is. And we really appreciate everyone's help. We couldn't have done it without. Also, our group was one of the able times we're able to put in a significant financial contribution to the project as well as the voluntary effort, which is probably, with Steve to allude, was probably bigger than the financial aspect he would probably think. But it's just just to thank everyone. And it's interesting, as Marianne said about the ladies' waiting room. We had a young guest last week. She was travelling with her family and she was asking the crew about why there was a ladies' waiting room. Because she said, we don't learn this at school. It's all equal. We don't have a separate room.
Yeah.
And she was told the story about why it was that sign that's in there only just went up today.
Yeah.
And she was very interested in it. And
now we expect men to behave better.
well, she suggested maybe we need more of those rooms today. That was a good idea for her. But she was saying how she learned something. And it was that natural history that's what her grandmother, or maybe great-grandmother, actually used to, not what she did. So it was just showing the living history of what we're reproducing here.
Absolutely.
So yeah, on behalf of the volunteers and members of the Daylesford Spa Country Rail, I'd just like to say thank you to everyone and thanks for coming.
Well done.
Thank you, Ian. Just, you mentioned the financial contribution, the hours invested by a volunteer organisation and the passion that Marianne has spoken about, we see every day. In just shy of a $750,000 project we're unveiling today, there's a $63,000, I think it was $63,000 from Spa Country Rail, which for a volunteer organisation is significant. And the way of the future with projects like this is multi-agency partnership. So this is a three-way partnership between state, local and Spa Country Rail. And that's the way we get projects like this actually realised. So that's a massive compliment and a feather in your cap, so well done.
Thank you.
I I will invite a ribbon cutting, and I'll ask Ian, Marianne and Mayor Hood to perhaps cut the ribbons. I just wanted to acknowledge, and a number of people have been acknowledged here, such as Steve Rowe for making the effort, Sarah for making the effort, and I know there's a number of others that have bought the train and made an attempt to be here. So thank you for that.
Thank you.
Come back in the photo, guys.
Okay.
Are we all ready? No one said yes.
3, 2, 1.
Thank you.
Well done.
Thank you very much.
Congratulations.